welcome to another episode of Hardcore Minecraft. In this world, we are constantly traveling all over the place, making elytra and rockets extremely useful. We have a great supply of gunpowder, but our sugarcane supply is not the best. So today, we will be setting up a mega sugarcane factory to increase our production of sugarcane. Another episode, another project. Today's episode is going to be a lot of fun because we have way more blocks than we did last episode because I went on a little exploration on a stream. So now we have cherry wood, moss, mangrove wood, and so much more. But yeah, if you want to check out the stream I did and see the full exploration, definitely go check it out because it was a very fun stream. But now my plan for today for our sugarcane farm is to kind of build like a factory type building. I don't want to just build a ugly sugarcane farm because that wouldn't be fun. So of course, in order for us to build a sugarcane farm, we need to figure out where we're going to build it. So since this sugarcane farm is going to be for our rockets, where we get our gunpowder supply is right here at this mob farm. So I kind of want to build the sugarcane farm kind of close to it. That way we can just get the gunpowder and then fly over, get the sugarcane, and it'll all kind of be near each other. So what I'm thinking is maybe taking a forest, either this one or maybe this one over here. We've done a lot of buildings in the swamp already, as well as the plains with our farming village and our starter base. So it is kind of the same as a plains, but it is a forest. So there's going to be a bit more steps that we're going to need to take before building, as we're going to need to clear the trees and stuff, which I think is what we're going to do. So now comes the fun part of deciding what blocks we are going to use. So obviously I want to use our new cherry logs, diorite, calcite. I'm also going to bring some stone bricks and some moss. Not too sure how that block palette's gonna do, but we're gonna try it out. So let's go collect some materials. To start off our resource gathering, I started gathering cherry wood. I wasn't too sure what I was going to use the cherry wood for, but I knew I wanted to use a lot of it in this build, so I made sure to get a ton of it. I also harvested some of the leaves just in case we wanted to use them later. Next up, I mined some diorite. I was thinking this block would be used for the walls of the build, mixed in with calcite. I was looking up factory builds on Pinterest, and a lot of them were built with bricks, so I was thinking stone would be a good option because I don't think bricks would really go well with cherry wood. I also just grabbed some more stone to turn into stone bricks, just in case we needed another block in our palette. And finally, finding calcite was a pain. I flew all over trying to find one of the calcite patches on the stony peaks, but it took forever to find a stony peak. I managed to find a jungle temple though and looted it, which I got the wild armor trim, but finally I found a stony peak with a calcite patch in which I mined and made sure I didn't miss a block. Also, a little fun fact, I almost died while mining the calcite. I kept flying into walls and got down to 2 hearts. It would have been sad, but also funny if I had died, because then I would have spent forever finding calcite just to end up dying. Materials have been collected, so now let's go over to the area and start chopping down the trees. So here is the finished area. I just chopped down the center of trees where I want to put the building and then terraform the area to make it all one level so we can build on it. So now to start off our building, what we are going to do first is start by laying out a big square for where we want to put the building. That way we can see how big we want to make the building. Alright, we have a square. So this is going to be the perimeters of the building. So that is where the door will be. So my thought for this is using calcite and diorite for the walls. And then we could use maybe the cherry logs for the corners. And then either cherry log planks or stone bricks for the roof. So now the next step that we need to do in order to build this building is get the walls built up. So now we have this big box looking building, basically just a rectangle of calcite and diorite. So now what we are going to do to make this more of a building is we are going to come to the front of the building and we are going to add an extra little building attached. And then we'll have that for the door. Now I just need to build this part up. All right, here is the front part of the building. I decided to go with a roof like this because I thought it looked cool for a factory. So the next part of what I want to do for this building is adding the cherry logs into this build. So we're going to use the strip cherry logs, and I basically want to use the cherry logs to kind of give the build more shape. Maybe we just add like, yeah, maybe if we do that. I like that, actually. Maybe one more up. Okay, I think that looks pretty cool. It doesn't really give me factory vibes for an entrance, but it still looks really cool. So we're gonna keep it. So now we're gonna come to the sides of this building, and we're kind of just gonna do what we tried to do in the front and just add some of the stripped logs to the sides, and then adding the stairs in between. Perfect. All right, I think that is the front of this done. Maybe adding this. Yeah, okay, now I think it's done. But now we have done this part of the building. We need to focus on that part of the building because that is still just a box. The roof is finished, and I went ahead and added all of the cherry wood details onto the building. So we've got kind of like a little arch in the front, and then on the sides we have the cherry wood going all the way up with slabs and stairs, and then that side is the same and the back is the same. I think it turned out really nice. It is definitely an upgrade from just the box, but now we have the inside that we need to work on. So I think we're going to start with this building because back here is going to have all of the sugarcane farms. I guess we'll start by adding in a floor into this area. And here we have the room for our storage. But we got polished andesite for the floor because I feel like the polished andesite is a really good floor for like factories. And then we have all of the chests on each side because we're gonna have sugarcane farms on both of the sides here. But then we have this room right here, which will eventually have a bunch of hoppers in it, and then basically a little dispensing thing for all the storage. I am really hoping that the way I think it will work. But it is definitely going to take a lot of brain power to figure this out. So what I'm going to do is work on the sugarcane farm part off camera. This is going to take a lot of time. And the sugarcane farm is done. So the storage room is right here, and then when you go through this gate right here, you are met with the sugarcane farms. So we have 2 sides of sugarcane with 3 rows of farms, and going across there is 19 sugarcane. So that is a lot of sugarcane being produced. I honestly think this is the best sugarcane farm I have ever built in terms of looks as well as functionality, because this is a lot of sugarcane and it also looks nice. But basically the way it works is there's mine carts on each level collecting all the sugarcane, and then on this side it gets dropped into a hopper that goes all the way down to this layer, and then there is a dispenser, and as you can hear the dispenser right there, but then the water takes it up and basically transports it into that water right there. I did do a little bit of AFKing, so we have a good amount of sugarcane so far. So this farm is very, very good for our rocket needs. There is one more thing we still need to do in this area, which is why I have this staircase all the way up, and that is to basically connect that roof to that. And there we go, the roof is finished. I also added some lanterns up there just to bring some more light into the area, but I think that this is done. It looks so cool and way better than I expected it to look. But now all we have left to do to finish off this sugarcane factory is fix the area around, because right now there's a lot of empty space where we tore down the trees and all of that. So we need to fix this area up and make it actually look like it goes with the terrain. So as you saw, I added more trees around to kind of fill the area out and make it not so empty. And then I added this pond here with an axolotl, the only axolotl we have at the moment as well. And it's so cool because it's pink too, so it fits the vibe of the sugarcane factory. And then we got a path, and I bone mealed and added some lighting around so it isn't so dark when it is nighttime. But yeah, this building turned out really nice. I really love it. I think from the first episode, I'm definitely getting better at building, which is good because that was the goal of the series. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye!